Musica is proudly presented by Rolex.
Gustavo Dudamel in Paris. The Venezuelan superstar conductor has a vision.
I really believe that music culture have the power to transform the people.
Dudamel wants to open the Paris Opera to the next generation of opera goers and support young artists.
Giving access to the young generation, it creates a society with more freedom.
Building bridges in the world of arts. Performing with Gustavo Dudamel is a dream for every young artist. And it's coming true for Marine Chagnon, an artist in residence at the Paris Opera Academy. It's a crucial time for young emerging artists who are just embarking on their careers. The French mezzo-soprano has been preparing for weeks for a unique concert conducted by the charismatic conductor.
Je suis déjà très honorée de pouvoir travailler avec un tel artiste. C'est quelqu'un que j'ai beaucoup vu diriger, mais avec qui je n'ai jamais travaillé. Donc c'est beaucoup d'excitation, beaucoup de pression aussi. Quand je pense à lui, je pense au feu, je pense à quelque chose de crépitant et de charnel en même temps. Et j'ai hâte de savoir comment il transmet ça.
It's the first rehearsal with Gustavo Dudamel. The music director of the Paris Opera wants to bring the next generation of artists such as Marine into the spotlight and invites them to perform with him on the big stage.
When she sees him, the handsome American, I must say it's him. There's a legend.
If the princess marry white man and reign for that day, then the white man shall be sacrificed.
I'm a young man still, but not as young as then. But the reality is that they are students, but they are artists. And when they feel included in the highest level of music making, I think it's the best for them, to be inspired and to keep working in what they love to do. In an institution as this, with a big tradition, a legendary place, it's beautiful that it's a big space for these young people that in the future they will be the big stars.
Great. Good, thank you. Beautiful. Barbieri.
To give finishing touches to her performance, Marine practices with fellow Academy member Francois Lopez Ferrer. The conductor has closely followed his mentor Gustavo Dudamel for years.
Directement. Non, 24.
And she sees him, the handsome American.
Just one thing, c'est très important que la levée qu'il fait, c'est exactement la blanche de la prochaine.
Okay.
Parce qu'originalement, on a fait pa yam pa pam, il fait yam pa pam. So 1, 2 yam ta tam tam. My job here is to prepare them for the way that it's beated with the hands, so that when they get in front of the orchestra with Maestro Dudamel, that there's a more fluid communication and connection, so that it works from the beginning. You can learn a tremendous amount from him. I mean, I have a list of things that he says and how he says it and how he gets the result from the orchestra that he's looking for.
moves him to places that silent magic.
It's the night of the concert at the magnificent Palais Garnier. On the program, rhythms and colors from the Americas reflecting Dudamel's spirit.
There is a lot of Latin music, of course. It reflects a lot of things of my background. My Latin soul, of course, and the joy, because I feel that it's music that it moves you in a way that is very special.
From the pit to the stage, Gustavo Dudamel also wants to shine a light on the Paris Opera Orchestra.
Gustavo et notre orchestre, ça a matché tout de suite dès le départ. Vous savez, un peu comme un coup de foudre. Il a décidé de nous montrer un petit peu plus sur scène. Il a besoin de se nourrir de ce rapport entre lui, nous d'un côté, et le public juste derrière.
Anyway, all the natives are crazy now, running wild with lances and knives, and they pile up the wood for the sacrifice. And the witch doctor comes, and they set it on fire, as the natives sing biddy 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 biddy. Whoa 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 whoa!
From the Palais Garnier back to the Opera Bastille, Gustavo Dudamel's schedule is tight.
It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's a city full of life, you know. A lot of desire. There's a lot of people that have a desire to come here to Paris, and you feel that energy. I love traffic. It's my favorite thing, traffic.
Gustavo Dudamel breathes new life into the programming of the Paris Opera repertoire.
Let's try to run the first act.
One such piece is the groundbreaking Nixon in China by the visionary American composer John Adams.
To do John Adams as the first time of this music to be played in the Paris Opera, I think is very important. He's already in the place of the greatest composers in the history. He's a genius in the way how he creates, the imagination that he has. He's so powerful.
The opera tells the story of the real visit of Nixon to China in 1972, which was a visit planned to solve issues from both countries. I started thinking of ping pong because I like the metaphor of a terrain that is divided in two by some kind of curtain or some kind of, we have a net in between dividing the world in two, people throwing responsibilities to each other like balls, like ping pong balls. And that made me think that was a good image for the world under the Cold War time.
One other important mission is the quest for new audiences. Gustavo Dudamel and the Paris Opera want to build bridges and open the doors to the next generation of opera-goers.
Je pense de manière générale, il faut toujours essayer un nouveau public. Il y a toujours beaucoup de personnes qui ne sont jamais venues. Et la réflexion de comment les faire venir est cruciale pour que ce théâtre reste au cœur de la société.
Thousands of affordable tickets each season are dedicated to a young audience for special evenings. Marine is attending one such event, a pre-opening night of Nixon in China.
J'ai un souvenir de plusieurs avant-premières jeunes auxquelles j'ai assisté qui étaient vraiment incroyables, où l'énergie d'écoute n'est pas la même, c'est pas des gens qui sont habitués, donc il y a aussi une stupéfaction un peu, un choc de ce que crée l'opéra physiquement aux gens, ça j'adore.
Fathers and sons, let us join hands, let us join hands, let us join hands, make peace for war.
Yeah, I love singing for young audiences. There's no reason why young people shouldn't be fascinated by opera. They don't have to become literary scholars, they don't have to become practicing musicians, but it is part of our DNA. You cannot take music out of human beings.
These artistic places have to be the place for the people. Again, culture is identity. It's not only that people that come to you, you go to them, you give to them, you connect, you make them feel that what they listen to, it enrich their life. And this is something that is a mission.
Musica was proudly presented by Rolex.